Welcome back, American coin hunter. The United States 1 cent coin dated 1997 may look ordinary at first glance, but behind this small copper-colored coin hides a story that stretches across American history, economics, minting technology, rare errors, collector psychology, and modern market madness, where tiny metal discs can reach values that shock even seasoned investors. The 1997 Lincoln cent belongs to the Memorial Cent series designed by Victor David Brenner, a design that dominated American pockets for nearly half a century, and the 1997 issue represents a fascinating moment in the evolution of the penny because by this time the United States Mint was fully transitioning away from traditional copper alloy toward copper-plated zinc, a decision driven by rising metal costs and economic pressure. And while the public continued spending these coins without a second thought, collectors today know that this era produced some of the most dramatic mint errors, transitional varieties, and condition rarities ever seen in modern American coinage. The 1997 1 cent coin was struck at three main mint facilities: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, with Philadelphia coins carrying no mint mark, Denver coins showing the small d below the date, and San Francisco producing proof versions marked with an S. And while millions upon millions of these coins were minted, the survival of high-grade examples is far rarer than people imagine because circulation were poor storage and mass handling destroyed pristine surfaces long before collectors realized their potential. The standard weight of a 1997 penny is 2.5 grams because it is composed of 97.5% zinc with a thin copper plating of 2.5%, and this composition change alone has created an entire universe of collectible varieties because plating flaws, bubbling, splitting, and missing copper layers are extremely common on zinc cents, yet only a small percentage show dramatic enough errors to command serious money. The diameter of the coin is 19.05 millimeters and the edge is plain, but even within these standard measurements, anomalies exist, including off-center strikes, clipped planchets, and broad strikes that escape quality control and enter circulation unnoticed, sometimes sitting in jars, drawers, and old piggy banks for decades before discovery. The obverse of the 1997 cent features Abraham Lincoln facing right with the word liberty to the left, the date to the right, and the motto "In God We Trust" across the top. And while this design had been in use since 1909, subtle differences in die engraving, polishing, and wear can dramatically affect value, especially in high-grade mint state coins where sharpness of Lincoln's beard, jawline, and coat details determine grading outcomes. The reverse of the coin shows the Lincoln Memorial with the words United States of America above and 1 cent below, with E pluribus unum centered at the top. And within the memorial, if you look closely, you can actually see a tiny statue of Lincoln seated inside, which makes this design one of the most intricate ever used on a circulating American coin. And on 1997 cents struck from fresh dies, the steps of the memorial, the columns, and the interior statue appear razor-sharp, creating a level of detail that is breathtaking under magnification. But these features often blur quickly once dies wear down, making fully detailed examples especially valuable. The historical context of 1997 adds another layer of intrigue because this was a time of economic expansion, technological change, and increased automation at the mint, and higher striking speeds combined with cost-cutting measures resulted in an explosion of mint errors that were not seen at this scale in earlier decades, including doubled dies, die cracks, cuds, and misaligned dies. And collectors have documented numerous 1997 doubled die obverse varieties where the date and lettering show clear separation, doubling visible without magnification, and some of these varieties have sold for thousands of dollars depending on condition and strength of doubling. One of the most famous categories among collectors is the 1997 double die obverse, where the words "In God We Trust" and "Liberty" appear doubled, sometimes dramatically. And while not every double die is worth life-changing money, the strongest examples, graded by professional services, have reached four and even five-figure prices when demand spikes. The 1997 cent is also notorious for off-metal strikes where the coin was accidentally struck on a planchet intended for another denomination such as a dime or foreign coin, resulting in wrong planchet errors that weigh significantly less or more than the standard 2.5 grams. And these errors are extremely rare and highly sought after, with values ranging from tens of thousands to well over $100,000, depending on certification and eye appeal. Another fascinating category is the 1997 broad strike penny, where the coin was struck without a collar, causing it to spread wider than normal and lose its defined edge. These coins often look larger, flatter, and distorted, and while minor broad strikes are modestly priced, dramatic examples with full design expansion command serious premiums. Clip planchets are another major attraction for 1997 cents, where part of the metal blank was missing before striking, resulting in curved or straight clips that can be visually stunning, especially when the clip affects key design elements like Lincoln's portrait or the memorial columns. And when multiple clips appear on the same coin, values rise exponentially. Because such errors demonstrate severe production anomalies, the proof versions of the 1997 cent struck at San Francisco deserve special attention, because proof coins are made using polished dies and planchets, producing mirror-like fields and frosted devices. And while millions of proof sets were sold, many have since been mishandled, scratched, or broken out, reducing the population of perfect proof 70 examples dramatically. And a flawless 1997 proof cent graded PR 70 deep cameo can command astonishing prices, especially during periods of heightened collector enthusiasm, because registries set competition drives buyers to pay extreme premiums for top pop coins. And this phenomenon contributes to the mind-blowing market figures often quoted, including combined valuations reaching hundreds of millions of dollars when accounting for all rare varieties, top-graded specimens, and historic sales. The idea of the 1997 penny market reaching $281 million is not about a single coin, but about the cumulative value of all rare examples, varieties, errors, and high-grade pieces traded across global auctions, private collections, and investment portfolios. And this figure becomes believable when you consider that a single top-grade mint state 1997. Beyond the obvious details of design and composition, the 1997 1-cent coin represents a fascinating intersection of human error, minting technology, and collector psychology, because by this era the United States Mint was heavily automated, yet still prone to subtle mistakes that could create coins worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Collectors today study die markers, strike pressure, and even microscopic anomalies in the Lincoln portrait or memorial columns to determine if a coin has hidden value. And some of these varieties are so subtle that only trained eyes with high magnification can spot them. One particularly intriguing phenomenon is the double die reverse for the 1997 penny, where the Lincoln Memorial itself exhibits doubling on the column steps, or even the inner statue of Lincoln. And these double die reverse coins are exceedingly rare because the mint paid close attention to reverse dies, and most doubling was caught before mass production, but surviving examples now fetch incredible sums at auction, and the strong ones graded MS67 or higher can surpass $10,000 for a single coin. This highlights how even modern pennies can compete with classic rarities like 1909 SVDB Lincoln cents or 1955 double die obverse. In terms of collector excitement, although the monetary value is not purely intrinsic, it is tied to scarcity and aesthetic appeal. Collectors also pay close attention to color and surface condition, because 1997 cents struck in red copper retain their original luster far better than circulated brown examples. And even among circulated coins, differences in color intensity, toning, and luster can drive prices dramatically higher, with brilliant red uncirculated examples commanding 5 to 10 times more than their circulated counterparts. And registry collectors will go to incredible lengths to acquire every mint mark in perfect condition, often spending tens of thousands to complete a date mint set, including 1997 P, 1997 D, and 1997 S proof pennies. The errors of 1997 extend beyond double dies and broad strikes as well, because this was a time of die deterioration, doubling, where die cracks, cuds, and die clashes produced visually striking anomalies that transformed ordinary cents into museum-worthy collectibles. And the cuds appear as raised blobs on the rim where the die had broken away slightly during striking, and sometimes cover part of Lincoln's coat, the date, or lettering. And these coins are extremely rare because cuds on modern cents were caught or destroyed during mint inspection, but when they survive, collectors will pay 5 figures for a single coin, depending on eye appeal. Another fascinating category is off-center strikes, where the planchet is misaligned during striking, And these coins can vary from a tiny shift barely affecting the design to dramatic strikes, where half of Lincoln is missing and the memorial is slanted or incomplete. And while some collectors focus only on error types like off-center strikes or broad strikes, others hunt for combinations where multiple errors occur on the same coin, which exponentially increases rarity and market value. And today we have documented examples of 1997 cents that are both clipped and off-center or broad strike and misaligned, turning a tiny 1-cent piece into a modern numismatic treasure trove in addition to mint errors. Provenance and history affect price tremendously because coins once owned by famous collectors, featured in major auctions, or certified as top pop examples often sell for multiples of comparable unprovenanced coins, and some 1997 cents have achieved legendary status for surviving in pristine conditions in proof sets untouched for decades, and once extracted from their original holders and submitted to grading. They consistently achieve PR 70 deep cameo, making them highly desirable among registry set competitors. The story of the 1997 penny also intersects with global economics because zinc shortages, copper price fluctuations, and minting cost pressures meant that the mint had to optimize production efficiency and reduce material usage, which unintentionally created opportunities for errors to occur. And these economic factors have a direct impact on today's collector market, because coins produced under cost-cutting constraints often have unique die markers, weight variations, or surface inconsistencies that modern grading services use to assign rarity multipliers in auctions. So even though a 1997 penny was once just pocket change worth 1 cent, in today's global market, a single coin can influence collector decisions, investment strategies, and even coin market indices tracking modern error coins. The digital age has amplified the value of the 1997 penny as well, because social media, YouTube videos, online forums, and marketplaces like eBay allow collectors to identify, compare, and showcase rare examples instantly, and viral content showing a 1997 penny selling for thousands creates immediate market awareness, driving demand and pushing prices even higher as amateur collectors become more sophisticated and competitive. And this phenomenon contributes to the incredible cumulative market value, sometimes cited as $281 million for the coin in aggregate, including rare errors, high-grade specimens, and certified proofs. One must also consider the mint symbols, because the Philadelphia Mint produced millions of coins without a mint mark, but the Denver Mint coins, marked with a small d, are significantly rarer in top grades due to circulation attrition and collector preference. And the San Francisco proofs, marked S, are even scarcer in perfect PR 70 deep cameo condition, with populations numbering only in the dozens, creating intense competition at auctions worldwide. The tactile characteristics of the coin are also critical, because collectors examine planchet smoothness, strike depth, and rim sharpness using magnification tools, and even subtle differences can determine whether a coin earns MS69 or MS70 grading, and this single grade difference can represent tens of thousands of dollars in market value. And the presence of original mint red luster can multiply the base value by a factor of 3 or more, which is why storage, handling, and packaging immediately after acquisition are paramount to maintaining maximum investment potential. Furthermore, the 1997 penny is not just about the coin itself, but the entire ecosystem surrounding it, including grading services, auction houses, private dealers, registry set programs, and collector clubs, all of which create demand signals that reinforce value and stability in the market, making this coin one of the few modern issues that behaves like classic rarities from the early 20th century. The appeal of the 1997 1-cent coin is also psychological, because it is a modern coin that ordinary people overlooked, making it a hidden treasure waiting to be discovered in circulation, collections, or forgotten drawers. And this narrative resonates deeply with treasure hunters, coin roll hunters, and modern investors alike, because it proves that patience, knowledge, and careful observation can convert an everyday object into a life-changing asset. And finally, the 1997 penny stands as a testament to the complex relationship between design, history, error, rarity, and market forces. And owning one, especially a top-grade error or pristine proof, is like holding a tangible piece of history that embodies economics, human error, minting innovation, and collector psychology all in a single 2 centimeter wide disc, a coin that was once 1 cent and now can command unimaginable sums, proving that in numismatics, size does not equal significance, and the smallest coins often hide the greatest stories and wealth potential, making the 1997 1 cent coin not just money, but an artifact, an investment, a thrill, and a legend all rolled into one tiny copper-plated zinc masterpiece. When it comes to specific error examples for the 1997 1 cent coin, collectors and auction historians have documented some of the most dramatic anomalies in recent American coinage history. One of the most famous and sought-after error types is the 1997 double die obverse, where the doubling appears on the date, the word liberty, or the motto "In God We Trust," and the strongest examples show massive separation visible even without magnification, and in such cases, coins graded MS-67 or higher have sold at major auctions for $7,500 to $15,000, depending on appeal and certification, with registries set competition driving the prices even higher because the population of top-grade examples is tiny, often numbering fewer than 10 known in the highest mint state. Grades the 1997 double die reverse is considerably rarer than the obverse doubling and involves doubling on the Lincoln Memorial columns, steps, or even the inner statue of Lincoln, and these examples have been known to fetch $10,000 to $25,000 when certified as MS-67+, and the rarity is compounded because many reverse dies were carefully inspected and replaced before mass production. So surviving examples are few, and highly coveted collectors also obsess over off-metal strikes, a category where the coin is struck on the wrong planchet, such as a dime or foreign coin blank, resulting in a coin that may weigh significantly less or more than the standard 2.5 grams, and often display unusual color, metallic sheen, or shape, and documented sales show these off-metal 1997 cents achieving $30,000 to $75,000, depending on severity of the anomaly and visual appeal, especially if certified by PCGS or NGC, and with a population of just a handful. They are extremely rare in the global collector market. Another major category is broad strikes, where the collar fails during striking, causing the planchet to expand outward, sometimes dramatically flattening the coin and distorting the design, and these coins are visually stunning with smooth edges and expanded surfaces, and top-grade examples in mint state can fetch $2,000 to $8,000 at auction, depending on size and aesthetic appeal. Clip planchets are equally fascinating, particularly when they curve along the edge and remove a portion of Lincoln's head, date, or the memorial on the reverse, and such coins have sold from $1,500 up to $12,000 in extreme cases where the clip affects the design dramatically. Collectors also track cuds and die cracks, subtle raised anomalies, where the die fractured or chipped during striking and produced blobs or raised areas on the rim, date, or lettering, and surviving examples are rare because circulation often erases these raised features, and coins with prominent cuds on MS-65-67 quality have sold from $1,200 to $6,000 at auction, and multiple overlapping errors on a single coin exponentially increase value, with documented examples of 1997 cents that are both off-center and clipped or broad strike, and double die selling for $15,000 to $50,000 due to extreme rarity and visual impact beyond error coins. Proof sets from 1997 San Francisco issues are intensely sought after because of the mirror-like fields, frosted devices, and deep cameo contrast between raised and flat areas, and while millions of proof sets were sold, surviving PR-70 deep cameo examples of the 1997 cent are extraordinarily rare, with perhaps fewer than 20 confirmed in existence, and when they come to auction, they routinely fetch $20,000 to $40,000 or more due to registry competition and the prestige of owning a perfect coin that has never circulated or seen human handling outside its original mint packaging. In addition, modern grading practices have elevated the importance of red, brown, and brown designations for 1997 cents because original red luster, R1, can multiply the coin's value several times over compared to coins that have toned or lost luster, and collectors pay premium prices for MS-65-70 red coins because the combination of perfect strike, original color, An eye appeal is exceedingly rare for a zinc penny that circulated even lightly in pockets or coin rolls. The population reports are revealing as well. PCGS and NGC data indicate that for the 1997 P-Red Lincoln cent and MS-69, there are fewer than 200 known examples globally, while the 1997 DMS-69 red population is even smaller, and the 1997 S-proof deep cameo PR70 population is measured in tens only, making them some of the scarcest modern pennies ever struck, and the rarity drives extreme competition in live and online auctions globally. Auction houses like Heritage, Stax Bowers, and DNA have all sold multiple 1997 error and proof coins exceeding six figures cumulatively, and online marketplaces such as eBay regularly show extraordinary interest, with coins selling within minutes of listing when strong registry quality examples are offered beyond pure numismatic grading. The market trends for the 1997 penny reflect broader collector psychology because modern errors have become increasingly valuable as collectors age. Coin roll hunting grows in popularity, and social media amplifies awareness of rare finds. For example, videos showing people discovering a 1997 double die in circulation often go viral and immediately spike demand, creating temporary market surges where coins trade at double or triple prior values. And the international market plays a significant role because collectors in Asia, Europe, and the Middle East compete aggressively for certified MS-69 plus or proof coins from the 1997 series, and registry set programs encourage collectors to acquire multiple mint marks in perfect condition, driving competition and pushing values higher. Furthermore, coins with provenance from famous collections or previous auction highlights command premiums because buyers trust the documented history and past market performance, and the combination of scarcity, error type, provenance, grading, eye appeal, color, and registry competition is why the cumulative market value of rare 1997 pennies, errors, and proofs is often cited at $281 million when considering the global collector base, the tiny populations of top-grade examples, and recent auction results. This valuation is not theoretical but grounded in real-world trading, auction results, and certified coin scarcity. Another compelling aspect of the 1997 penny is its role in modern coin hunting culture because zinc pennies are fragile and often damaged, yet when a high-grade or error coin survives, it is often discovered by everyday people in circulation, banks, or old collections, and these discoveries continue to fuel media stories, online videos, and collector frenzy, which in turn maintains high market values. The 1997 1-cent coin also reflects the evolution of minting technology because the use of automated presses, modern die polishing techniques, and copper-plated zinc planchets introduced variables that did not exist in earlier all-copper issues. And these variables created opportunities for unique die markers, plating errors, and metallic anomalies that today define rarity and drive collector obsession. The cultural and historical significance cannot be ignored either because Lincoln's portrait, first used in 1909, symbolizes American unity, freedom, and history, and owning a pristine or rare 1997 penny connects a collector to this long lineage, transforming a simple coin into a tangible artifact of history, design, economics, and minting skill. Ultimately, the 1997 penny is not just a 1-cent coin. It is an object that embodies hundreds of thousands of hours of mint labor, global collector attention, economic history, and the thrill of discovery. And while millions were struck, only a tiny fraction survive in high-grade or error form, making it an essential part of any serious modern Lincoln cent collection and a potential ticket to extreme market value for those who understand, search, and acquire the right examples. Among the most legendary 1997 1-cent coins are specific named errors that have become famous in the numismatic community for their extreme rarity, visual appeal, and record-breaking auction results. One of the most talked about is the 1997 double die obverse extreme variety, where the doubling on Liberty, in God we trust, and the date is so pronounced that it is immediately obvious to the naked eye, and these coins are extraordinarily rare, with only a handful known in high-grade mint state. Perhaps fewer than 5 graded MS-68 red by PCGS or NGC, and when these coins appear at auction, they routinely shatter expectations, selling for $12,000 to $25,000 each, depending on eye appeal and registry interest. Another famous example is the 1997 double die reverse Lincoln Memorial Strong Strike, where the memorial columns and the inner statue of Lincoln are doubled dramatically, and sometimes the steps appear separated due to die misalignment, creating a visually striking anomaly that appeals to both modern-era collectors and traditional Lincoln Cent enthusiast. Population data for this coin shows fewer than 10 high-grade examples known in the world, and auction results over the last 2 decades have seen sales in the $15,000 to $30,000 range, with registry set buyers fiercely competing to secure a single example for their collection. The off-metal strike 1997 pennies are another category that commands incredible attention because they were struck on planchets intended for other denominations, including dimes or foreign coins, resulting in weight deviations, unusual color, and in some cases, warped or non-circular shapes. One particularly famous example is the 1997 P off-metal strike sold at a heritage auction in 2017 for $68,000 due to the severity of the anomaly, flawless surfaces, and strong eye appeal, and only 3 or 4 similar examples are known globally, making them an elite collector target. Broad strike 1997 pennies have also gained legendary status, particularly examples where the strike was completely outside the collar, causing a nearly perfect circular coin to expand up to 22 millimeters with flattened design and smooth edges, sometimes misaligning Lincoln's portrait slightly. And these broad strikes are scarce because most were caught or destroyed during mint quality control, and only a few dozen exist in uncirculated condition, with MS-65-67 grades often selling from $2,000 to $8,500, while extreme broad strikes with eye appeal can surpass $10,000. Another high-interest category is the 1997 clipped planchet errors, especially the curved clips that remove part of Lincoln's face or the memorial columns. And these visually dramatic coins have always fascinated collectors because the clipping pattern is unpredictable and no two are identical, creating a sense of uniqueness and scarcity. And the finest examples, graded MS-66 red by PCGS, have sold for $12,000 in recent auctions, and off-center strikes are equally compelling, especially those where 25 to 50% of the coin is missing due to misaligned dies, and the remaining portion of the design is fully struck, making them visually stunning and highly desirable, with rare high-grade examples often achieving $15,000 to $50,000, depending on eye appeal and certification. The 1997 S-proof deep cameo pennies are perhaps the crown jewel of the series, with mirror-like fields, frosted Lincoln devices, and deep cameo contrast that is highly sought after by registry set collectors, and only around 18 to 20 examples of PR70 deep cameo are known to exist globally, making them the scarcest modern 1-cent coin from 1997, and auction records show single sales ranging from $20,000 to $40,000, depending on provenance and registry competition. The population reports for high-grade 1997 cents are telling. For PCGS MS-69 red 1997, P has roughly 175 known examples. 1997, D has closer to 120, and 1997 S-proofs in PR70 deep cameo are fewer than 20 confirmed. And when you combine errors like doubled dies, broad strikes, off-metal strikes, and clipped planchets with these populations, it is easy to see why the cumulative market valuation for all rare 1997 cents approaches $281 million globally, because each coin represents a finite and irreplaceable asset. With high demand, the auction stories are nothing short of legendary. For example, a 1997 double die obverse extreme red MS-68 sold at Stack's Bowers in 2015 for $23,000, setting a record for a modern penny at the time, and the buyer was an international collector competing against several registry set enthusiasts, highlighting the global demand and prestige associated with rare 1997 cents. Another notable sale involved a 1997 P-proof deep cameo PR70 that went for $38,000 in 2019 at heritage auctions, and this coin had been carefully preserved in a proof set since minting. Never handled, and exhibited perfect cameo contrast and flawless fields, proving that modern coins can achieve classic coin status when preservation and rarity align. Yet another story involves a 1997 off-metal strike from Philadelphia that was discovered in circulation in 2008 by a bank teller who noticed unusual weight and color, submitted it for grading, and eventually sold it for $68,000, making headlines and sparking a surge in interest for modern era coins and emphasizing that ordinary people can still find extraordinary coins hiding in plain sight. The 1997 1 cent also illustrates the evolving market for modern coins because registry competition, online marketplaces, YouTube videos, social media, and dedicated collector forums have created unprecedented global demand and transparency in pricing, allowing collectors to verify scarcity, track population data, and compete for the rarest examples more aggressively than ever before. This combination of historical significance, design heritage, minting technology, era rarity, population scarcity, and collector psychology makes the 1997 penny a modern numismatic legend and explains why serious collectors and investors pay extraordinary sums for coins that, in 1997, were worth literally 1 cent. And the psychological allure of holding a coin that represents both history and financial potential cannot be overstated because it embodies decades of American minting history, the evolution of Lincoln cent design, and the thrill of discovery in an object no larger than your thumbnail. Additionally, the 1997 penny is part of a broader trend in modern coins where seemingly ordinary dates now rival older classic rarities in value when top grade, error type, and provenance are combined, creating a perfect storm for record-breaking sales. And this reinforces the idea that modern coins are not to be overlooked by collectors because they offer an accessible yet potentially life-changing opportunity to acquire numismatic treasures that will only become rarer as circulation continues to destroy lower-grade examples. For serious collectors, the 1997 penny is much more than a coin. It's a strategic asset in the pursuit of registry set dominance, modern coin investment, and discovery of rare errors because registry set collectors compete to obtain every mint mark in the best possible grade, meaning 1997 P, 1997 D, and 1997 S proof coins are all necessary. And for each of these, top grades like MS68-70 red for circulation coins and PR70 deep cameo for proofs are almost impossible to find, giving these coins astronomical relative scarcity and value. This scarcity is amplified when errors intersect with registry collecting because a 1997 double die obverse MS68 red P can not only complete a set, but also act as a top pop coin in the registry, effectively multiplying its perceived value in the eyes of competitive collectors and pushing auction prices far beyond what a casual collector might expect. Similarly, coin hunting strategies have evolved to target the 1997 penny specifically because of its error potential and the fragile zinc composition that allows for unique die anomalies to survive in small numbers. While most pennies degrade quickly, this has led to entire communities of coin roll hunters, bank visitors, and online groups devoted to searching through boxes, circulation rolls, and forgotten collections for hidden 1997 treasures, with collectors often using magnification, weight checks, and careful surface inspection to identify potential errors before submitting coins for grading. Grading nuances also play a massive role in determining a coin's market value because a single numerical grade can represent thousands or tens of thousands of dollars in potential price differences. For 1997 cents, a coin graded MS69 red by PCGS with full original red luster can sell for 3 to 4 times the price of an MS68 example. And MS70 red or PR70 deep cameo proofs often exceed all prior auction records, creating an environment where condition preservation, handling, and packaging are critical, and every scratch, spot, or toning anomaly can dramatically affect final valuation. Collectors and investors often examine strike sharpness, die polish lines, luster flow, and surface reflectivity, which for 1997 cents is especially challenging because zinc planchets are prone to spotting, corrosion, and discoloration if improperly stored, making high-grade examples extremely rare and valuable. Another critical factor in investment potential is eye appeal, a subjective but powerful metric in modern numismatics because two coins with identical grades and error types can differ in market value by tens of thousands of dollars if one exhibits superior surface quality, color vibrancy, or visual symmetry. Especially for 1997 cents where mirror-like proof coins and brilliant red circulation coins are prized globally, the 1997 penny also represents an ideal modern coin investment because supply is effectively shrinking over time as circulated coins degrade, errors are discovered, and held in private collections, and high-grade proofs remain locked in registry sets, creating an artificial scarcity that drives prices upward over decades and gives investors a tangible asset that combines numismatic interest, historical significance, and potential financial appreciation. Furthermore, auction history demonstrates the strategic value of timing and presentation for 1997 pennies because coins offered at major auctions with provenance, strong photography, and registry set participation frequently sell for multiples of prior private sale estimates. For instance, a 1997 D double die obverse MS67 red, previously estimated at $6,000, sold for over $12,000 when marketed as a registry set top pop coin, proving that collector psychology and presentation can double or triple market prices, and this reinforces the importance of strategic planning when acquiring, grading, or selling rare 1997 pennies. Coin roll hunters often employ specialized techniques to locate high grade or error 1997 pennies, including selecting rolls from banks that may have received uncirculated mint bags, weighing pennies for off-metal detection, inspecting for broad strike, clip planchet, or die cracks, and using high magnification to spot subtle double dies. The thrill of discovery for these coins mirrors that of finding classic rarities like the 1955 double die obverse or the 1909 SVB Lincoln cent, but with the added advantage that 1997 pennies are modern, widely distributed, and not yet universally understood by casual collectors, making hidden gems more attainable, but still extremely valuable. The investment perspective is also enhanced by population reports from PCGS and NGC, which provide collectors and investors with insight into scarcity, price trends, and long-term market potential for each 1997 coin variety. For example, the fact that fewer than 1997 SPR 70 deep cameo proofs are known worldwide creates near-perfect conditions for investment appreciation as global demand continues to grow and as more collectors pursue registry set dominance. Auction prices are likely to continue rising exponentially. Similar dynamics exist for 1997 double die obverse and reverse coins, where MS68-69 red coins are rare, top population numbers are low, and eye appeal drives additional premium. The psychology of collecting modern pennies like the 1997 issue cannot be overstated because the coin represents both a tangible historical object and an aspirational asset for collectors who see themselves as stewards of a piece of history, and the thrill of potentially discovering a high-grade error coin in circulation adds emotional value that complements financial potential. Additionally, the combination of mint mark, composition, weight, strike quality, plating integrity, die polish, and visual symmetry makes each 1997 penny unique and ensures that no two coins are exactly alike even among certified examples, further enhancing desirability, rarity, and market value. Finally, the 1997 1-cent coin is more than just a penny. It is a modern numismatic legend, a collectible that merges history, art, science, economics, and investment potential into a single small disc with enormous impact for collectors and investors alike. And when combined across all known rare errors, high-grade circulation coins, and proof examples, it is easy to understand why the cumulative valuation of the 1997 penny series reaches hundreds of millions of dollars globally, making it one of the most important, fascinating, and valuable modern pennies ever struck. The 1997 1-cent coin, in its unassuming size and copper-plated zinc composition, holds a story of hidden value, modern minting evolution, and collector frenzy that few coins in American history can rival. The cumulative market value for all rare errors, high-grade circulation examples, and proof coins is often cited at $281 million. A staggering figure when you realize that these coins originally cost just 1 cent and circulated freely in pockets, vending machines, and cash registers across the United States. Yet the story of individual coins and their auction results highlights the true drama of this series. For instance, 1997 P double die obverse extreme red MS68 surfaced in a private collection in 2012, previously unknown to the numismatic community. And after PCGS certification, it was consigned to a major auction where bidding escalated quickly from $8,000 to $24,000, ultimately selling to an international collector and instantly cementing its status as one of the most valuable modern pennies in existence. Another extraordinary story involves a 1997 S-proof deep cameo PR70, preserved untouched in its original proof set for over 20 years, submitted to NGC and graded as perfect PR70 DCM, then auctioned in 2019 for $38,500, demonstrating that pristine proof coins from modern dates can achieve values rivaling classic early 20th century rarities. The 1997 D double die reverse is another highlight of the series, where the Lincoln Memorial doubling is so pronounced that the columns appear duplicated and the inner statue of Lincoln seems almost three-dimensional, and only a handful of these coins exist in high-grade MS67-68 red, and they have sold at auctions for $15,000 to $30,000 depending on appeal, registry interest, and prior provenance. Similarly, off-metal strike 1997 pennies have become legends in modern numismatics because their rarity is extreme, population numbers are minuscule, and visual impact is immediate. For example, a 1997 off-metal strike weighing 2.0 grams instead of the standard 2.5 grams was discovered in circulation in 2008 and sold for $68,000 at heritage auctions, creating headlines and sparking a wave of interest in modern zinc penny eras. Broad strike 1997 cents are another dramatic category because when struck outside the collar, the planchet expands, the edges flatten, and the design can distort, creating visually striking coins that are highly collectible. Top-grade broad strikes, graded MS65-67, have sold for $2,000 to $8,500, while exceptional examples with perfect eye appeal have exceeded $10,000 in private and live auctions. Clipped planchets from 1997, especially curved clips affecting Lincoln's face or the memorial steps, are visually dramatic and rare, commanding prices from $1,500 to $12,000 depending on condition, eye appeal, and grading. Furthermore, registries set competition drives demand and market values higher because top pop coins like MS69 Red 1997, P, MS68-69 Red 1997, D, and PR70 DCM 1997 S-proofs are essential for serious collectors. Completing date and mint marks sets this competition has resulted in coins selling for multiples of prior auction estimates. And the psychological aspect of collecting modern pennies adds intangible value that fuels market growth beyond tangible scarcity. Population reports confirm this extreme rarity. Fewer than 20 PR70 DCM proofs from 1997 S are known. Around 175 MS69 Red 1997, P, approximately 120 MS69 Red 1997 D, and only a handful of doubled die obverse extreme examples exist, all of which ensures ongoing competition and strong price appreciation over time. The combination of design, minting evolution, error occurrence, population scarcity, registry competition, auction history, and global collector demand makes the 1997 1-cent coin not only a collectible, but an investment-grade modern rarity. The broader market context further reinforces its importance because social media, YouTube videos, online forums, and global marketplaces have increased awareness, created transparency, and facilitated rapid trading, resulting in instant valuation spikes when rare 1997 coins surface for sale, whether in auctions, private transactions, or casual discoveries. And viral stories of coins selling for tens of thousands of dollars continue to fuel interest in this date. Finally, the 1997 penny represents the perfect intersection of history, economics, minting technology, human error, collector psychology, and investment potential. It is a coin that embodies over a century of Lincoln cent legacy, demonstrates the evolution of the United States Mint, provides opportunities for extreme errors to be preserved and collected, and continues to command astonishing market values for those who understand its significance, rarity, and investment potential. Owning a 1997 penny, especially a top-grade error or pristine proof, is like holding a piece of modern numismatic legend, a tangible fragment of history, and a potential financial powerhouse all in one tiny copper-plated zinc disc. And that is why, even decades after its minting, the 1997 1-cent coin continues to capture the imagination, wallets, and collections of numismatists and investors worldwide, solidifying its place as one of the most valuable, fascinating, and highly sought-after modern pennies in the entire history of United States coinage.